Good evening from here in London. It's been a fairly eventful US afternoon session. I'll start off with the Treasury markets. We did see a $22 billion 10-year note auction out of the US. Bid cover here was lower than previous, came in at 2.91. However, as this was not as bad as some people had feared, we did see a rally in T-notes to come off their worst levels. Before the auction, we were down over a point. However, we ended up closing only down around 19.5 ticks. So, small rally at the end for T-notes to retrace some of those losses we've seen since Monday. In terms of other news, over in the equity market for AIG, about 15 minutes before the closing bell, we saw trading suspended in their shares. Why? They have announced that they've come to an agreement with the Federal Reserve to repay the credit line using the proceeds from that sale of the AIA and Alico units. Shares were still halted though at the close. In terms of general equity markets, they did close higher today. Nasdaq 100 up around 0.5%, helped by a strong performance from the tech sector. Financial sector though was the best performing in the S&P. S&P itself up around 0.3% at the end, Dow up around about 1/10. Moving on to FX markets, and over in New Zealand we saw the Reserve Bank of New Zealand announce their rate decision. Left rates unchanged at 3%. However, due to some dovish comments after, one in particular which said they're going to perform less rate hikes over the next 2 years, we did see a sell-off in the Kiwi, moving to about 50 pips lower following the news. Moving forward to tomorrow, we have another rate decision, this time from the Bank of England. We're not expecting any change in rates or in their quantitative easing programme. Be aware that we have got a US note auction tomorrow. It is for $13 billion for a 30-year note auction. That will conclude all the supply for this week. Anyway, have a great evening and I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.